Your paycheck is shrinking, and most Americans don't even notice why. Tiny global events are quietly draining your budget. What if I told you a 21-mile stretch of water most Americans can't find on a map is quietly shrinking your paycheck? And it hasn't even fully escalated yet. Gas feels higher, groceries feel tighter, utilities keep creeping up. Most people blame inflation, but this time the trigger might be something far more specific and far more fragile. I'm going to show you the exact chain reaction connecting Iran to your wallet, the real math behind how small oil moves drain your monthly cushion, and why the most dangerous part isn't the price spike, it's the delay. Let's start with something almost nobody thinks about. There is a narrow waterway called the Strait of Hormuz. At its narrowest point, 21 miles wide. Through it flows roughly 20% of the world's oil supply. Every single day. Saudi Arabia, UAE, Iraq, Kuwait, Iran, all shipping through one narrow corridor. Now here's where it gets interesting. Oil markets don't wait for war, they move on fear. The moment tensions rise, the moment shipping risk increases, the moment military language escalates, prices move. Not after disruption, before disruption. And that's exactly what's been happening. But here's the part most people miss. Higher oil doesn't just mean higher gas, it means higher everything. Oil is embedded in transportation, manufacturing, agriculture, packaging, refrigeration. If it moves, it runs on fuel. If it's grown, it uses fuel. If it's shipped, it absorbs fuel cost. So when oil rises, the increase spreads outward like a ripple, but slowly, quietly, which makes it more dangerous, because by the time you notice it, it's already everywhere. Let me show you exactly what that looks like. Meet Ethan, 34 years old, lives in Columbus, Ohio. Take-home pay $4,200 a month. Rent, $1,450. Car, $340. Student loans, $210. Credit cards, $95 minimum. Groceries plus utilities plus essentials, about $900. Savings, when he can, $150. That leaves him $355 of breathing room. That's it. Not reckless, not irresponsible, just tight. Now let's apply a modest oil ripple. Not a crisis, not a shock, just tension, gas. Ethan uses about 39 gallons per month. If gas rises 40 cents per gallon, that's $15 to $16 more per month. Not scary, but keep going. Groceries. A 4% increase on $420, that's about $17 more. Utilities, energy-linked increase, another $15. Miscellaneous ripple, shipping costs baked into goods, call it $12 more. Added up, about $60. Ethan's breathing room just dropped from $355 to $295. That's a 17% reduction, and he didn't change a single thing. Now here's the question that matters. What happens if oil doesn't stop climbing? If oil approaches $90, $100, those small increases don't stay small, they double. Ethan's $60 becomes $120. His cushion falls under $240. And here's where it gets dangerous. Not because of gas, but because of interest. His $3,800 credit card balance at 22% APR is already costing him over $800 a year. If rising costs push him to carry even $700 more balance, his interest alone climbs toward $1,000 annually. That's $83 a month, gone. Not groceries, not gas, not savings, just interest. And this is how financial stress deepens. Not in one dramatic collapse, but in silent erosion, month after month. And here's the part almost nobody connects. Ethan will feel stressed, but he won't know why. When Ethan hears Iran tensions, his brain files it under foreign policy, distant, abstract, not his problem. This is called proximity bias. We react to what's near, not what's systemic. So when his grocery bill jumps $28, he doesn't think energy transmission mechanism. He thinks, I must be overspending. And that misdiagnosis is costly, because when you misidentify the source, you respond too late. Here's the twist. The biggest risk isn't $4 gas, it's shrinking margin. If you're living with $300 of breathing room and $100 quietly disappears, you don't panic. You adjust, you cut small things, you skip saving, you carry slightly more balance, and that is how fragility compounds. Now here's the empowering part. This is predictable, and what's predictable is manageable. So what does this actually mean for you? It means external forces on your budget are real. It means energy shocks don't stay in energy. It means margin matters more than income. And it means the best time to reinforce your cushion is before it erodes, not after. You can't control the Strait of Hormuz. You can't control oil futures, but you can control high-interest exposure, your savings runway, your spending awareness, and your financial clarity. And clarity reduces damage, not fear, clarity. Because the people who navigate inflation best aren't the highest earners, they're the most aware. And here's the part almost nobody over 40 is thinking about. If global conflicts can quietly pressure your cost of living, what happens when artificial intelligence starts influencing the very markets your retirement depends on? Not in the future, now. Because AI isn't just picking stocks, it's changing how volatility spreads, how risk clusters, how fast sell-offs happen. And if you're within 10, 15, maybe 20 years of retirement, you don't have the same recovery window you had at 30. That changes everything. In the next video, I break down exactly how AI-driven trading could be increasing hidden risk inside retirement accounts, and what that means if you're over 40 and still heavily exposed to traditional allocations. If you care about protecting your margin today, you need to understand what's happening to your long-term security next. I'll see you there. Subscribe.